A young woman made a startling confession. She'd recently been a member of a cult.
I had to consider the fact that her involvement meant that she could actually be one of the predators.
Gardens of Evil, Inside the Zion Society Cult is the 5th season of the award-winning series American Nightmares. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bike sitting in the garage. That garage and that bike represented freedom. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. At A1 Garage Door Service, we know your garage holds more than tools. It holds dreams. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
On May 3rd, experience the hits, the history, and the harmony that defined a generation.
All my dreams.
War, live at Stargazer Pavilion at Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. After decades of iconic hits, you can watch War live at Cliff Castle on May 3rd. With tickets starting at just $45, get yours today at cliffcastlecasinohotel.com or at the Hunt and Gather gift shop.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family, because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
Shop the Savor the Tropics sales event at Whole Foods Market from April 8th through the 21st. Their produce department is bursting with yellow sales signs on best of season fruits like yellow mangoes and easy-to-peel sumo citrus. Savor the Tropics and the savings now at Whole Foods Market.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
That's right. It is play-in day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in the Wednesday edition of the lunch break right here on KDUS AM 1060. Streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. Chris Schubert, producer Evan. We are fired up, I think is the word that I would use to describe the mood of the show, the vibes of the show today, as we'll get you ready for the Suns taking on the Portland Trailblazers tonight, downtown Phoenix. The play-in tournament begins tonight. The Suns just need to win tonight, and they have a date with the San Antonio Spurs. So a lot for us to do here, a lot around the Arizona Cardinals and the NFL draft. Some new rumors coming out today that may shake up the top of the NFL draft. But we got to start with the baseball team, and there's a lot of blame to go around, but I don't know if the blame is being given to the right group of people.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
Producer Evan, I think this one falls on us. I think we deserve the blame for what happened to the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday. Because we sung the praises of the bullpen. Talked about all the zeros they put up over the weekend in Philadelphia. Talked about how great of a job they've been doing to start the year. And not only did we get a meltdown, we got the meltdown of the season. As the Diamondbacks blow a 7-1 lead, they lose 9-7 to the Baltimore Orioles in the opener of that 3-game series last night. And yeah, the bullpen, Jonathan Loaizaga, Taylor Rashi. I think the blame starts with us. I think we take this one on the chin and we say, my bad. Yeah, just hand up.
That's on us.
This is on us.
And there's not much else to say. We've had a bad luck streak here for a second. We've been jinxing things.
We've been dooming some people. Yeah, we've put some bad luck. Almost to
With
the point.
that being said, Sun's going to get crushed tonight by Portland.
Right, that's the default reaction is to just do the reverse jinx because of how poorly it's gone for us. But the bullpen had their first, I would say, major blow-up of the season. They've had some minor blow-ups here and there. Jonathan Loaisiga's blown a couple of leads. They've blown a couple of saves, but nothing to the level of what we saw yesterday. Nothing to the level of losing a game in which you led 7-1, a game in which Nolan Arenado and Ketel Marte both hit 2 home runs. Your offense broke out. Your star player in Ketel Marte broke out. You got another good start from Ryan Nelson, and you blew it. And it's really the first time that we've had a blow-up of this magnitude. So, Producer Evan, if you want to make it official, go ahead and put this at the top of the mountain. It is meltdown numero uno, meaning it is holding on to the top spot here this season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And so, look, this bullpen wasn't going to be perfect all season long. This happens. This happens over the course of a 162-game season. You just have a day where it falls apart. And if you want to look at it from a silver lining perspective, I would have thought we would have had a meltdown of this caliber a lot sooner in the season. 16, 17 games into the season, I didn't think that this would be the first time that we would have this conversation. And it's easily the worst loss of the year so far for this team. You go into Baltimore riding the high, 4-2 on this road trip. You're just playing some really good baseball. The bullpen's been great. You jump out, big lead, huge game for Ketel Marte. Such a massively important performance from Nolan Arenado just the day after, or the day of us talking about, can he still remain in this lineup? Do you need to look to guys like Ryan Waldschmidt and the guys that are crushing the ball down in Reno to solve your power and your offense problem? So it was a much-needed game from him last night, and you felt like you were well on your way to securing your 5th win on this road trip and feeling really good about yourself. And it all just came crumbling down. But this game does not have to define the road trip. This game does not have to define this series for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Because if you go out there this afternoon, if you go out there tomorrow, you win the next 2 games, you finish this road trip 6-3, wins against New York, wins against Philadelphia, wins against Baltimore, it's almost no harm, no foul. You feel great about a 6-3 road trip where you play 3 teams that while we are still early on in the season, a lot of people think are going to make noise in baseball this year. People think Baltimore is going to make noise in the American League East. People think that the Mets and Phillies may be the 2 best teams in the NL East and could be the biggest threat to the Dodgers. So those are 3 good teams that if you're able to have that short-term memory, if you're able to forget about it, move on, get back after it the next 2 days, we can still feel good about this road trip. And I honestly think, do you mind, Producer Evan, if I take off the pessimism hat for a second and I put on the optimistic one here? This is a real test for this team over the next 2 days, especially today, more so than the next 2 days. Today is really important. We get to see this team's mental resolve. We get to see how this team actually responds to getting knocked down the way they did yesterday. They have not been knocked down that way so far in the early part of the season. And so if they can dust themselves off, if they bounce back, and you know what? If they go out there, the offense picks up where it left off last night, Ketel Marte, Nolan Arenado, Corbin Carroll, everybody on this team, they keep rowing the boat, and they have another good offensive performance. Merrill Kelly has a great season debut, and they win this game, and they win it comfortably, and the bullpen looks good, and it is night and day difference from what you saw last night. That's going to tell me a lot about this baseball team. It's going to tell me a lot about the character, the makeup of this club. I also think it's going to tell me a lot of the pulse that Torrey has on his clubhouse, on his locker room. If he's able to get this team refocused and they go out there and they play better baseball today and they get out of there with a win. Today's going to teach us a lot in the early part of the season. You know, In baseball, 162, you try not to overreact or underreact to what you see in the early part of the season. We're not at Memorial Day yet. That's been the rule of thumb for years. You wait till Memorial Day to really judge what a team is and what a team isn't. But every so often you get games like today. And it is a game like today that I think is going to teach us a lot about this team. How they're able to bounce back, if they're able to bounce back, or if at the first time of getting knocked down in this way. Right? Think about this. This is a boxing match. First 3 or 4 rounds, you've been cruising, you've been landing some shots, you're in the fight more than people thought. And now in the 5th or 6th round, you got knocked down. And now it feels like this could shift the fight. Could go either way. What do you do with it? What do the Diamondbacks do in this moment? Does the bullpen battle back and put together a good outing today? Does Merrill Kelly understand the role of being a stopper to make sure this doesn't spiral into something else? Do the bats try to pick up the slack for their bullpen today? And so today's game is going to teach us a lot. It's going to teach us a lot about the mental makeup, the character, and I think we are going to be able to use this game today to determine whether or not the Diamondbacks are in this for the long haul. If they are in this for the grind that it's going to be in order to get through this 60-game sprint that we talk about, if they're able to get to a point where they can get the reinforcements back, and if they're going to be able to throw the counterpunch, if they're going to be able to dust themselves off and stay in the fight, because they got punched yesterday. Really, for the first time this season, the Baltimore Orioles and the offense attacked the Diamondbacks bullpen, which we thought was the biggest weakness coming into the year, and for the first time, it reared its ugly head in a big way. So how do the Diamondbacks respond? I'm actually kind of looking forward to today in that regard, of what this team, how they respond to yesterday.
Yeah, the bats woke up yesterday. And so there's positive signs to take from yesterday, especially from Nolan Arenado, Ketel Marte, right? There was a lot of positives yesterday. Then it all kind of slips through your fingers, and it goes into my top category of Meltdown Mountain here, which I am calling catastrophic.
Oh, I love this. So
here are 4 rungs.
Oh, we've got 4 rungs. Okay, this is great. Catastrophic, the
Our
highest
top one
rung.
is catastrophic.
Yeah, yesterday, catastrophic.
On April 13th, blew a 7-run lead in Baltimore and lose 9-7.
Yeah, that's numero uno. That's top of the mountain. That's king of the hill.
Second rung, blown. This one has 1 game in it.
Okay.
A 4-7, or on April 7th, Jonathan Loaiza blew a 1-run lead in the 8th on a sac fly, and you lost in the 10th. Yeah, that was a number 3rd.
Yeah, you struggle there with the April 7th, but that's okay.
And then the 3rd rung, extra innings. I call this one.
Okay.
On April 5th, Jonathan Loaiza blown save versus Atlanta, but you were able to still win in the 10th inning.
Okay, what's our lowest rung?
Still 1.
So, okay, we blow it.
Win it.
But we still win the game.
Like if Paul Sewald comes out top of the 9th, blows it, and then they walk it off in the 10th.
Yeah, it goes on there.
They walk it off in the 9th. That goes in there.
Yeah.
Even if you still win, but you win in extras.
Yeah.
I think you're then in the extra innings category because you had to use more pitchers.
Okay, I like this. I like these 4 buckets. And so far, we've used up 3 of the buckets. By the way, we were kind of singing the praises of the Jonathan Loaiza signing. It's a little troubling that he's kind of at the center of all of these.
So far, it's been Loaiza each time.
Right. There's one through line to these 3 meltdowns here to start the season on Meltdown Mountain. Jonathan Loaiza.
It hasn't been good.
And you know what is honestly so frustrating about it? And I say this like other than the 3 blow-ups that he's had. He's been pretty great for this bullpen. But when you have 3 meltdowns in the first, 17 games of the season,
I've 3 names on the list. They're all him.
Right.
I agree. He's been pretty good. 3 names on the list. They're all Jonathan Loaiza.
Well, okay. Are we just going to put all of yesterday on the
Loaiza? Actually, I'll be very honest with you. You can't put all of yesterday on.
Taylor Rashi deserves a little bit of. He should go on the list as well.
Kind of most of it.
Yeah, so I make sure his name's on there as well. Yeah. But Loaiza, did give up the go-ahead home run. So he definitely has to be on there as well.
But he didn't give up the grand slam.
Well, no, but so that's why they're co-meltdowns.
Right. Taylor Rashi
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah,
Loizaga.
I think both deserve to be. And we are classifying this as catastrophic.
That is in a top catastrophic category.
Mean, you have a 7-run lead, you're up 7-1, and you just completely melt down. I mean, I hate to say this, but Meltdown Mountain was created for moments like yesterday. I mean, when we created Meltdown Mountain last year and then we kind of named it correctly this year, it was for games like yesterday.
Correct.
Like that was
as Meltdown Mountain as Meltdown Mountain has got.
Remember, you didn't miss the playoffs by much last year. So every one of these games that goes on this list
really
could be the difference.
Could be the difference. You didn't make the playoffs 2 years ago because of a tiebreaker.
Right.
You didn't make it last year by 2 games.
Right. So games like yesterday definitely matters. Good to see Nolan Arenado have his best day in a Diamondbacks uniform, at least with the bat, the 2 home runs. And I think he certainly needed a day like that to just remind us that is still in the tank, that he's still able to do that. Because before that, the at-bats weren't great. The contact wasn't great, wasn't hitting the ball super hard. I mean, you had all the telltale signs of, I don't know if this guy can be in the lineup. And I think at least for a moment, he has kept his spot in this lineup, and you're not going to give up on him yet because he had the 2 home run game yesterday, but he needed that yesterday. He needed a day like that. And I think, to be fair, Ketel Marte needed a day like yesterday as well, because his bat has been off to a slow start. You just expect
first pitch he saw.
You expect Ketel to turn it on at some point because he's a younger player who's not in the decline that Nolan is in.
He's not in the same situation that Nolan's.
Now, Code says they've got to flush and Febreze. Can't let it linger. Bounce back tonight. I kind of like that.
Flush and Febreze.
Flush and Febreze.
I like that.
I like that.
You ever use the other spray? What's it called? Poopery?
Yeah. I don't know how this is not how I expected the open of the show to go, but here we are. But yeah, flush and Febreze.
Flush and Febreze.
We'll stick with that.
I'm going to write that one down on the Meltdown Mountain.
Yeah, write that one down somewhere. And yeah, look, it's one time. I'm not going to, sound off all of the alarm bells. Oh, the bullpen is broken. The bullpen's not. It was one game. If it happens again in short order, then yes, I think we can start to be concerned because we had concerns coming into the year about this bullpen. But they've been really good outside of yesterday. Overall, they've been better than we expected them to be. And so I think it's fair to say they've earned the chance to bounce back from this without us panicking and saying they have to make a whole bunch of roster moves and Jonathan Loizaga needs to be removed from the high leverage. We can pump the brakes a little bit and let the rest of the week play out and see what happens. They're back at it again today. It'll be Merrill Kelly on the mound. We'll talk more about him a little bit later on this hour of the show. 480-864-1060. That's the phone number for you to join us here today on the show. You can also join us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, are the Cardinals starting to show their hand? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
Ringo Starr and his all-star band. With friends Steve Lukather from Toto. From Men at Work, Colin Hay. From Average White Band, Hamish Stewart. Friday, June 12th, 7:30 p.m., Gamage Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Danny Zalesko Presents.
Low T? Start for free. For a limited time, get prescription testosterone therapy with no startup fee only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Hey, just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Prescription testosterone gives you more energy, stamina, and it'll help you lose weight. Gain more muscle with less effort in the gym and lose that dad bod for good. You'll also think better, sleep better, and your love life will be better too. Look, don't be fooled. Nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. So skip the gimmicks and get prescription strength testosterone now at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Get back to enjoying life with the T levels you had in your 20s. It's a game changer. So don't wait. If you've got low T, get started for free. Meet with a board-certified medical provider online with no waiting from the convenience of your home or office. Book today and feel like yourself again, only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain. Red Mountain Weight Loss, real testosterone, real doctors, real results.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. Rory McIlroy said it best after becoming just the fourth player to ever go back-to-back at the Masters. Quote, "I don't make it easy." End of quote. No, you don't, legend. Except it seemed like it was going to be easy when you jumped out to a 6-shot lead after 36 holes. At that point, you were tigerizing the field. Well, pulverizing that track and not its patrons who happened to be on the streets at the same time that the cat was driving. But it did look like Rory was going to lap the field until he did what he always does, give it all back, where he suddenly was looking at a 2-shot deficit on Sunday. And despite last year's win, his demons had returned. But instead of choking, he crushed Amen Corner, survived 18, and ripped another green jacket. Golf really is witchcraft, but this time he scrambled, grinded, and stared his demons down. Great tourney and an even better win, even if he had to ugly it all up to finish. I'm Jim Rome. And remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The playoff push is heating up, and Prize Picks is simple to play. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. And now with early payouts and the new social feed, you can follow friends, share picks, and copy winning lineups. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROME and get a $50 bonus credit in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Code ROME to get a $50 bonus credit in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
The NASCAR Cup Series. Green flag is out, and the NASCAR Cup Series is racing. Returns to Kansas Speedway.
Trouble turn 2, Brad Keselowski, the second place automobile is in the fence.
Will Kyle Larson win his 3rd straight spring race in the Heartland?
If dominating a race was a crime, Kyle Larson would get the electric chair today.
It's the Advent Health 400.
Live this Sunday at 10 a.m. on KACG 1440 and the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060, Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you today here on the show. We are rapidly getting closer and closer to the NFL draft, and there is so much news circulating around the Arizona Cardinals that we want to get to, and we have some sound from Daniel Jeremiah on his podcast that I want to get to. But before we do that, since we're talking about the Cardinals, some sad news yesterday as former Cardinals head coach Dave McGinnis passed away. And so sending out our condolences to his family and his loved ones and everybody who played for Coach McGinnis. And just a personal story, I've had the opportunity to talk to Coach on the air in a previous radio gig. He was a regular guest of ours, and we talked to him all the time. He was doing Tennessee radio. He was a Titans analyst, and so when the Titans would come up on the schedule, we would talk to him, and always had great conversation and always learned something in the conversations that I had with him on the air, in the limited interactions that I was able to have with him. So our condolences go out to the Cardinals family and Dave McGinnis's family for that sad news that we learned yesterday. A week away or so from the NFL draft. And I am starting to get the sense that the Cardinals are showing their hand a little bit because there is a bunch of reporting that is focusing on the Cardinals and their pursuit of a quarterback. Ian Rappaport went on the Rich Eisen show and said that he doesn't think that Ty Simpson makes it to 24, where Cleveland picks. Says that he thinks the Cardinals are going to, pull a Giants, trade back in for Jackson Dart. And then there was Daniel Jeremiah on his Move the Sticks podcast that he does with Bucky Brooks. And he was talking through different draft plans for teams, talked about the Jets, focused a little bit on the Browns. But here's what he had to say about the Cardinals. And this is a bit of a longer cut because I think there's a lot to unpack here. So let's listen to what DJ had to say on his podcast about what the Cardinals draft plans might be.
Now, a team that doesn't have 2 first-round picks, but does have one right at the top of the second round, and that is pick number 34. Arizona, I do think they want to come away with a quarterback. So I'm looking at that, and obviously Ty Simpson would be the one we connect the dots to there with them. So I've been going through this whole process with Simpson to figure out where he could go. And my radar would go up if Arizona moves up or down. In other words, if Arizona gets out of 3 and trades down, pretty significantly, then I would say, okay, they just got a bunch of extra picks. They freed themselves up. They could take Ty Simpson there. Or if Arizona comes up from 34, they could end up taking him in the 20s just to get the extra year and all that jazz. But any movement by Arizona, to me, feels like it's a movement to try and get in Ty Simpson.
A lot to unpack from that clip from DJ earlier this week. First, quote, I do think they want to come away with a quarterback. That's not, we're going to take somebody in round 3. No, we're going to take somebody on day 3 of the draft. That's not, we're just going to get a quarterback on our roster. No, that's we want to make a significant investment in the quarterback position. And there's really 2 significant investments in the quarterback position in this draft. It's Fernando Mendoza and it's Ty Simpson. Because, and producer Evan made sure to point this out to me this morning, it's just kind of a reminder, is that it's a lot closer between Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson and whoever quarterback 3 is in your mind. That gap is closer between Mendoza and Simpson. And we know the Cardinals are not going to be able to land Fernando Mendoza. So we're really talking about Ty Simpson. And so, quote, I do think they want to come away with a quarterback, end quote. He's talking about Ty Simpson. That's the player that the Cardinals, if they want to land a quarterback in this class, that's the guy. And we know the reporting from Josh Weinfuss all the way back before the end of 2025 that they liked Ty Simpson, that they have been enthralled with Ty Simpson throughout this entire process. And there hasn't been a single report that has changed that narrative. In fact, that narrative has gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. And then there's the other part where he says it's not just that if they trade up that will signal that they're interested in Ty Simpson, because obviously if they're moving back into the first round, that's probably what it's for. But he says if they move down significantly was the key word, that probably is an indication that they may want to take Ty Simpson. Let's say they trade with the Cowboys and they want to move down to 12. Maybe they're just going to take him at 12. If they get 12 and 20, remember that thought exercise we did a couple of weeks ago where they move down from 3, they land 12 and 20. They throw in 65 or whatever it is, and they have 2 first-round picks. Maybe they'll just take him at 20, knowing or 12 because they know they've got to pick at 20. That's significant. 3 to 12 is significant. 3 to 6, they're not going to take Ty Simpson at 6. But if they move down significantly, if they're able to find that dance partner, then they may take him. I thought that was an interesting little wrinkle to all of this. But then you have to try to be careful with this kind of stuff because you have to wonder, is this a smokescreen? Is this all the game that's being played around this time? 9 days out of the draft? Is information just getting thrown out there to try to throw everybody off the scent, to try to maybe drum up interest in something? Well, ask yourself this. What benefit does it do the Arizona Cardinals for this to be out there right now? What benefit does it do for them that the world knows they want Ty Simpson? Because they're not really, right now as we sit here, in a great position to land Ty Simpson if Ty's going to go in the first round. They're not really in a position where they can try to play this game. This isn't Fernando Mendoza at number 1 we're talking about. This is somebody who's not going to go at number 3. Probably his ceiling starts to be what, pick 15 or 16? And the floor is probably the midpoint of the second round. So what benefit does it do the Cardinals for this to be out there? Now, how about this? How about I give you an example of a smokescreen? Because this morning, NFL insider Jordan Schultz put this out on social media. This is a smokescreen. And I got a pretty good idea of where it came from once I read you this tweet. Quote, there's a belief among teams at the top of the draft that the Cowboys, who have picks at 12 and 20, are a team to watch in trade-up scenarios, according to multiple league sources. Several teams have said they believe Dallas is targeting a player that the Giants also covet, and getting ahead of them would be ideal if the price makes sense. The Giants, you say there, Mr. Jordan Schultz. Where do the Giants pick in the 2026 NFL draft? That would be pick number 4. Excuse me, pick number 5. No, they pick 4 or they
Giants
pick 5. They pick 5.
Tennessee 4, Giants 5.
Okay. Well, we know no one's moving out of number 1. So the Cowboys are calling the Jets, they're calling the Cardinals, and they're calling, that's it, the Titans. Those are the 3 teams they're calling if they're trying to get in front of the Giants. That's it, because you're not moving up to number 1. Now, that's the type of smokescreen that you could see the Cardinals putting out there to try to drum up interest in number 3 so that they can try to get the haul that they got back in 2023 for pick number 3. That is a smokescreen, and that's the games you play this time of year. Not, oh, yeah, Arizona would really like to land a quarterback in this class. Oh, yeah, they really, might be interested in Ty Simpson. And if they trade down significantly, that's the telltale sign that they're interested in Ty Simpson. There's a difference in those 2 reports. The Jordan Schultz report, that could be considered a smokescreen. This doesn't feel like a smokescreen to me. There's no benefit for this being leaked. In fact, it does the Cardinals harm for it being leaked because it makes it harder for them to try to pull this off from 34.
Think about it this way. This report, them people saying they could pull a Jackson Dart Giant-style move, doesn't that let a team in the back part of the first round that may be interested in taking a quarterback, Miami picks at 30. If they're interested, you don't think they'll move up a few spots?
I think you got to worry about Cleveland at 24.
Cleveland, 24.
The Jets may try to move down from 16 and maybe
the Jets
take
are at
Simpson.
16 could get to 22.
They could take him at 16.
They could take him at 16. So it doesn't help the Cardinals in any way for this news to be out there.
Because now
I have to worry about Miami, I have to worry about Cleveland, I have to worry about the Jets.
Because all those teams now may think he's not going to get to us in the second round. Because the Cardinals love him, and if he's there at 34, they'll take him. Or if he gets by us here, they may move up a couple of spots. And now you start to play the chess game. So this doesn't help them. This being out there spells more to me. They're serious about this. This might actually happen next Thursday. Ty Simpson may really end up an Arizona Cardinal. Their love affair, their interest in Ty Simpson doesn't feel like it's fake. It's been the one constant the entire time. And as we get closer and closer, you played a different clip of Daniel Jeremiah talking about Ty Simpson.
This morning.
You played another clip that was somebody else. I don't even know who it was. That was talking about the Cardinals and Ty Simpson.
You could look for 10 minutes, and you could find 5 Daniel Jeremiah clips of him linking Ty Simpson to the Cardinals, and that's just from DJ, because it is coming from multiple reports. Like, this is not one guy reporting this. This is not a story where you see one reporter going after this time and time again. No, this has legs. And this is from across different sources, across the league, different organizations. This is not one source, one draft expert.
No,
this is organizations saying they believe the Cardinals like Ty Simpson.
And it's a constant, right? It has been a constant. They've been the betting favorite to land Ty Simpson basically since the beginning of the year. Since the calendar flipped, they've been the betting favorite.
Correct.
I don't know if there's been a time in those odds where they haven't been the betting favorite to land Ty Simpson. That's how much noise there is out there. Now, yes, noise is not signal, right? We have to try to cut through the noise and find the signal. But boy, it really feels like they are going to try to land themselves Ty Simpson in this draft. And maybe that's why they're so aggressive about this idea of moving out of 3 so that they can take Ty Simpson in a range that they feel more comfortable taking him in. but I think they're starting to show their hand. And I don't think they mean to. This stuff's just getting out. And I'm sorry, this is not a smokescreen. This isn't something that is leaked out there. Like the Jets, for example. All of a sudden in the last 4 or 5 days, the Jets might like David Bailey more than Arvell Reese. The entire time it's been Arvell Reese, Arvell Reese, Arvell Reese. All of a sudden, they might like David Bailey.
That's a smoke.
That's trying to scare the Cowboys to come up to number 2. That's trying to scare somebody who likes David Bailey behind the New York Jets to move up, and the Jets can try to pull off a big trade. That's what that is. Daniel Jeremiah saying, I think the Cardinals want to come away with a quarterback. What's the direct quote? I have it here. Quote, Arizona, I do think they want to come away with a quarterback. That's not drafting Drew Aller in round 3. That's not taking a flyer on a guy in rounds 5 or 6. No, we want Ty Simpson. Without saying it, that's saying, hey, we want Ty Simpson.
Yeah, the difference of drafting a quarterback and coming away with a quarterback feels massively different as well.
Arizona wants to come away with a quarterback.
Makes you think that they want a quarterback that can play this year and get some starts.
They want Ty Simpson. And we are barreling full steam ahead towards Ty Simpson being the pick in the first round. You don't have to like it. I don't know if I like it. But everything is pointing in that direction right now. Everything. It may not happen at number 3, but it definitely feels like it is very much on the radar that Ty Simpson ends up as the newest quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us. And listen, this is the story that we're going to be paying attention to. We got the Suns playing tonight, Diamondback season, but this is right now with 9 days to go until the draft. This is the story right now that it will not go away. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream when we come back. Speaking of being back, Merrill Kelly is back, and it is Brandon Pfaadt who's the odd man out. We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Tom Izzo, Michigan State head basketball coach.
I've had more than a couple job offers in the NBA and looked at one last year with Phoenix, and my former player, Matt Ispia, and that was hard. That was a hard thing to turn down because, number one, I kind of wanted to go with him.
So they offered you the head coaching job?
Well, we talked seriously about it, let's say that.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can change fast. That's when the attorneys at Sweet James step in. They help you understand your rights, connect you with medical care, and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. You don't pay anything unless your case is resolved successfully, and help is available 24 hours a day. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-900-0000. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
Foreigner, celebrating 50 years.
You're as cold as ice.
5 decades of hit songs.
It feels like the first time.
Come alive on one stage. Foreigner. Sunday, October 18th, Talking Stick Resort. Tickets on sale now at TalkingStickResort.com. All the hits on one stage. Foreigner, celebrating 50 years, live.
Helping your money do more means putting yourself in the financial driver's seat.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no better or more literal way to do that than with a low-rate auto loan from America First Credit Union. Plus, for a limited time, when you finance your new vehicle with America First, you'll enjoy no payments for 90 days. And that means getting more mileage out of every cent you spend. So make your money move. Head to AmericaFirst.com to apply for pre-approval of your low-rate auto loan today. Eligibility, terms, conditions, and creditworthiness apply. Subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
We're chatting with our guest, always safety first, 811 Megaphone Man.
Call 811 before you dig.
You never stray from your mission of letting homeowners, landscapers, and excavators know you should always call 811 before you dig.
Call 811.
Call for both small and big jobs. And 2 working days in advance?
811.
Any parting words? And I'm guessing they will be.
Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Southwest Gas.
811.
Big fat news. Del yeah. Big Fat Tacos are back at Del Taco. Get these toasty flatbread tacos with seasoned beef, grilled chicken, or carne asada steak. Right now, grab 2 grilled chicken Big Fat Tacos for just $6 small. Need a little something extra? For a limited time, score Del's classic snack tacos with seasoned beef and fresh house grated cheddar for just 59 cents each. only at Del Taco. Price and participation may vary.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
Superstar Car Wash, the car wash with superpowers. Sign up for a free car wash today. That's right, totally free for a limited time. Because we love what makes you shine. See website for details.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Back here on the lunch break at KDUS AM 1060 this afternoon. The Diamondbacks will play the second game of their 3-game set to close up this road trip against Baltimore. And it will be the return, the season debut for Merrill Kelly. And you know what? Nice round of applause. Welcome back, Merrill. Just missing a couple of turns through the rotation. And this is a huge boost. And it could be, tying back into how we opened the show today, could be the boost that the team needs to kind of forget about what happened last night. The excitement, Merrill Kelly back. This is one of your best starters. There's a case to be made. He's the team's best starter when everything's going right. He's the more consistent guy in this rotation. By the way, let's just make it clear, they brought him back first. Zach Allen was the later addition. They gave Merrill Kelly a multi-year deal, so they understood his value to this team. And we get to see that on display here today. And the rotation, which has been the strong suit of this team so far. Michael Soroka's been good. Ryan Nelson's looked good his last 2 starts. Zach Allen's off to a decent beginning here in 2026. And now the guy, Eduardo Rodriguez, apologies, don't want to forget about him. Now Merrill Kelly gets to insert himself into this lineup and lengthen and deepen this starting rotation. And the Diamondbacks have decided that they are going to go to a 5-man rotation. There will not be a 6-man rotation. And so that leaves an odd man out. And that odd man out is going to be Brandon Pfaadt, who now slides into that long relief role. And that's kind of where I want to go here in this segment. Because let me start here. One, this is a good thing from the decision-making process for the Diamondbacks. Because it could have been very easy, considering the investment that you've made into Brandon, the contract extension that you've given him. You want him to be a long-term future member of this rotation. It could have been easy, despite what the results have said here in the early part of the season, to say, you know what, we're going to a 6-man rotation. We want to keep all these guys in there and try to force it with Brandon. Moving him to the bullpen and moving him to a role that long-term, that's not him. That's not what Brandon Pfaadt's game is going to be for this team. To do that shows we are putting the needs right now of the team, how things currently sit on April 14th, 2026, ahead of our long-term plans. We're trying to do what is in the best interest of this team right now in this moment. And that is Merrill Kelly goes into the rotation, Brandon goes to the bullpen. Now, I don't know if the bullpen is exactly the right place for Brandon. Because like I just said, long-term, he's not a bullpen arm. They didn't give him the contract extension that they gave him to be a reliever. They gave him a 5-year, $45 million contract that's got some options in on it at the back end, but he's got 4 more guaranteed years after this one. And the money only goes up from here. He's making 3.4 this year, 5.4 next year, 8.4 the year after that. It goes up by, $3 million each of the next couple of years. They're not paying him to be a reliever. Now, they're not paying him a ton, so I guess they could do that. But ideally, they get the 27-year-old, going to be 28 later on this year. They get him back to being a starter in this rotation. So if that's the case, isn't it better if he goes down to Reno and makes starts every 5th day? Isn't it better if you bring up somebody who's better suited to be a long man, to give you length, to give you multiple innings when you need it, but also can be a one-inning guy? Because now you're asking Brandon Pfaadt to be a totally different pitcher. You're asking him to mop up if things go south for somebody. You're asking him to, when you bring him in, go 1, 2, maybe 3 innings at most. And I just don't know if that is in the benefit. Now, I think he made the right decision, 5-man rotation. But I think we could have taken that a step further by saying the right thing for Brandon right now is to go down to Reno, to take a spot in that rotation, and to make a start every 5 days, to take a turn through every 5 days, and to keep working in now a lower leverage environment in Reno. Work on whatever they feel is wrong right now and get him back on track. I don't know if him moving to the bullpen is going to solve his issues. Let me put it to you this way. Brandon might go out there and be great in this role as a long reliever. He may be great in 1, 2, 3 inning spurts. But there's going to come a time this season where somebody's going to miss a start. Zach Allen's going to miss a turn. Eduardo Rodriguez is going to miss a turn. Ryan Nelson's going to miss a turn. And on the roster right now, you have somebody who can fill in. And you're going to put Brandon in that spot. Is the work that he does as a bullpen arm going to make you feel better when he takes a turn in the rotation? Is that going to make you think he solved all of his issues because he's able to do it when he goes out there for 1 inning or 2 innings, maybe sometimes 3 innings? No. The problem with Brandon is going deep into games. The problem with Brandon is doing it 1 time through, 2 times through, maybe even 3 times through a lineup. And so facing 2 or 3 batters, 4, 5, 6 batters in an outing and then sitting for a couple of days, is that really going to solve the issues? I don't know. I don't think so. And so good on them for not trying to force it, not trying to go to a 6-man rotation, understanding that it's not working right now for Brandon. They got to get him out of there, put Merrill in that spot. But I just don't know long term. And I don't know if right now for this team, this is the best role for Brandon.
Yeah, I think we're going to constantly ask that. Is this the best role? But I do think this. They've gotten a lot of great starts from Mike Soroka. They've gotten a lot of great starts from Erod. There is going to be, specifically with those two, a point where you're going to need a long man. And with this offense, you're not out of any game.
Oh, there is going to be opportunities for Brandon in this role. And I would not be surprised if he does well in this role. But you know what? If he does well in this role, the next time he takes a start for the Diamondbacks, I'm not going to feel any better. At least I don't think I will.
No, because 1 start, and Brandon has had some good starts. He had some good starts last year. Didn't change how he felt about it. Because, in all honesty, over the last 3 years, since they went to the World Series, out of pitchers that have 80 starts or more, he is the worst registered ERA.
Right. He has been
5.13 in that time.
What's the top rung on the meltdown mountain? Catastrophe?
Catastrophe.
I mean, he's been, in some ways, a catastrophe in that rotation. It just hasn't worked since the postseason of 23. And so that's where I would be like, okay, we've got to fix that, right? We've got to fix the worst starter in baseball among qualified starters since the postseason of 2023, where Brandon, in some ways, carried that rotation.
Went on I saw it on Twitter today, but a Linsanity type run.
Just was incredible for them in 2023, right? You want to get back to that. Is our way to get back to that? You're the long man.
Probably not.
You're going to throw, 2 or 3 innings here. And then
the question is, but if you stick him in the long man role, do they believe he can get back to that?
Well, I think what they're trying to do in the long man role is they're trying to keep him on the big league roster. They're trying to keep his confidence relatively high, even though you just removed him from the rotation. And they're trying to keep him ready and stretched out because we all know in today's baseball, guys are going to miss time. They're going to need a spot starter, and he's the guy. He's right now starting pitcher number 6. And so now he moves to starting pitcher number 7 if Corbin Burns was back. But right now he's starting pitcher number 6, so he's first man up.
Let me ask you this. Corbin Burns gets back.
Well,
Brandon Pfaadt's still in the spot. Do you think about AAA?
Let's see where Mike Soroka is at that point. Because remember, I think Soroka was signed here to be the long man.
Correct.
He was signed to be the swingman.
Now, I can't move him from the rotation right now.
Not right now.
Even his worst start of the year, he gave up 4 in Philadelphia, right, to start in the first inning. He settled down. I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, the motto for the 2026 Diamondbacks, 1 bad inning for Mike Soroka all season long in 3 starts. He's had 1 bad inning. 1. So right now, no, Michael Soroka is not going anywhere. Right now, don't you dare take Eduardo Rodriguez out of the rotation. Don't you dare take Ryan Nelson out of the rotation.
You can't move 4 guys currently in this rotation.
Right.
The only one that was movable was Brandon Pfaadt.
And there will probably now. The difference when Burns comes back is because he's coming off of Tommy John, they may be okay with going to a 6-man to lessen the workload on Corbin.
They could do that. They could put him on a pitch count and tell Brandon Pfaadt, like, hey, Corbin's going to get 3 innings.
You're the piggyback.
You're the piggyback.
Right. You could do it that way too. But remember, you have to make another roster move to get Corbin on the team when we get to that point. So right now, this is what it's going to be. I don't know if this is the best thing for Brandon. I do think Merrill Kelly being in the rotation and Brandon not being in the rotation is the right thing for this team. I just wonder if Brandon could use some time down in AAA where he's not under a ton of pressure and he can work on some stuff. Like he can try to refine his arsenal to then get back and contribute in a meaningful way down the road. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the show. When we come back, is the path for the Cardinals draft forged in their past mistakes? We'll talk about it next. The Lunch Break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Of the 15 batters he's faced this season, Mason Miller, the closer for the Padres, 11 have struck out. That includes 9 consecutive strikeouts, all swinging. Also, when he pitched for the USA, he didn't allow any runs there. Now, I don't know if the Diamondbacks could have went out and got Mason Miller, but we know they've needed bullpen help for a while. And Padres, a team in their division, went out and obviously got the best pitcher pitching in baseball right now.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority bookings by calling our heroes over at Zero Res. Hey, it's Audrey. I have personal experience with Zero Res. They came in and completely made my home smell way more fresh than it did. And it's not because I smell funky. It's because, I've got pets, and I had family over during the holidays, so we'll blame it on them. And they came and completely helped change my winter blues into springtime cleans. Zero Res removes all of that winter buildup and lingering odors, giving your home a fresh, spring-ready feel, preparing your home for the brighter days ahead. And don't forget about your air ducts, because they are the lungs of your home. And if they're dirty, your indoor air quality is going to suffer. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified from Phoenix's #1 carpet cleaner, starting at just $129. And whenever you mention KDUS, receive a free hallway cleaning and take $75 off your air duct cleanings. Call Zero Res right now at 480-507-2419 or go online at ZeroResPhoenix.com and say you want the KDUS special.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Hey, it's Bodie and Victoria, owners of newacunit.com.
In Arizona, it hits 100 degrees and suddenly AC prices magically go up.
We don't play that game at newacunit.com.
Even with manufacturers raising prices this year, we've used our buying power to keep your costs down.
And the price you see online, that includes everything. Unit, install, delivery, no surprises.
Just a smarter, more affordable way to stay cool at newacunit.com.
Save thousands, save time, buy online, newacunit.com.
ASU baseball this Thursday evening over on KAZG 1440. Join the Sun Devils as they start their 3-game series against BYU. Head coach Wade Bloomquist is more than ready to show off his team's talents on the diamond. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live. It's ASU versus BYU this Thursday evening. Pre-game at 4:45 p.m. and first pitch at 5 p.m. All happening over on KAZG 1440.
Back here on the lunch break, wrapping up hour number 1 here of the show. Chris Schubert, producer Evan. Thanks for hanging out with us. It is play-in day for the Phoenix Suns. We'll get to that in a jam-packed hour number 2 of the show. But I do want to get back into the NFL draft and the Arizona Cardinals. And do we look at past mistakes or past missteps as a guide to what the Cardinals should do next Thursday, especially with the number 3 overall pick? Because, producer Evan, I think I've shared this before, not a huge fan of the whole redraft thing, right? Usually we do it too soon.
Nobody hates a redraft like you.
Well, I don't love the whole, let's redraft the first round 3 months after we did the draft and nobody has played a game yet. Like that just doesn't feel like a good use of anybody's time.
No.
But when the eve-ish of the 2026 NFL draft, if you want to look back and let's redraft the 2025 NFL draft, okay, we've got a full year of sample size. It's at least a little bit more palatable. And for the Cardinals, and this was a athletic redraft, instead of taking Walter Nolan with pick number 16, this redraft had them taking Gray Zabel, the center out of North Dakota State, who ended up going to Seattle, was a mainstay in the interior of that offensive line. And I wondered aloud, I wrote it in my notes today for this segment, is this the answer to the test? Is this telling the Cardinals exactly what they need to do? Not because they missed on a chance to get Gray Zabel, but because the offensive line continues to be an issue. It's an issue right now, and you have the opportunity to go get an offensive lineman in this class to help shore up that side of the ball. Because you need a right guard and you need a right tackle. Right side of your offensive line, I think, is going to be the biggest weakness outside of the quarterback play that you have. And so when doing a redraft, saying, hey, you should have taken this offensive lineman last year, and you're in a position where you didn't go out in the offseason and sign a bunch of guys at the offensive line, or at least not a ton that are going to be, impact starters, and we can't draft somebody to replace those guys. You got some depth. You got some decent floor, but none of the potential of a high ceiling. And so I think this is the answer to the test. Offensive line and edge, the two positions that just jump off the page, right? Got to be able to slow down Sam Darnold. Got to be able to slow down Brock Purdy. Got to be able to slow down Matthew Stafford. And Josh Sweat cannot do it alone. You need somebody on the other side to make it more difficult to game plan against you. And then you got to be able to protect the quarterback. You might take Jeremiah Love at number 3. Good luck finding him holes to run through with this offensive line. Jacoby Brissett is not a bad quarterback, but he doesn't stand a chance if you can't protect him. So all the roads lead back to the lines, the offensive and defensive lines for this team right now, because they are not all put together there. They're not built for depth there. They're not complete there. That's not a task accomplished. That's not, your to-do list in your favorite productivity app where you're able to check the box and say, no, we did that. I took out the trash this morning. I emptied the dishwasher. I'm good. No, in this case, you started emptying the dishwasher, but you still got some dishes in there, and now you're putting in old dirty dishes, and you don't know which ones are clean. It's not a task that's accomplished. Not a task that's done. Not a task where you can check the box and move on to what's next on the list. No. Those two tasks still not completed. And those two tasks should be at the top of the list. They should be right there near the top. Before you start that project in the backyard, you want to build the gazebo, the pergola. You want to hang the string lights for the summertime. You want to put the stereo system out and back. That's taking Jeremiah Love. Before you do that, how about we pick up the pile of leaves in the corner? How about we make sure that we've cut the bushes down, trim the trees, so that we can actually build that gazebo. We can actually put up that pergola. Offensive line, defensive line. That's the answer. That should be the approach next Thursday for the Arizona Cardinals. Hour number 1 of the program in the books. Jam-packed hour number 2. We'll get you ready. It's play-in day, everybody. We got the NFL news dump, but we start hour number 2 with a little buy or sell. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
A small commitment at least one day a week helps reduce ground level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Avoid idling. Turn off your engine when waiting in pickup lines and drive-thrus. Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
Bob Dylan in person. One night only. June 23rd, Arizona Financial Theater. Bob Dylan. Plus Lucinda Williams and her band. And the John Doe Folk Trio. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Bob Dylan Live. Plus Lucinda Williams and her band. And the John Doe Folk Trio. Show starts promptly at 7 p.m.
Hey, it's Phil Shaver with HomeSmart, and I want to buy your house. I'm a local investor that buys homes for cash all over Maricopa and Pinell County. I buy inherited homes, nice homes, rental homes, homes that are behind on mortgage payments, and I even buy ugly homes that need fixing. Also, are you looking to get closer to market value for your house? As a licensed realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family, because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hour number 2 of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, 1 hour closer to the NBA play-in tournament. Phoenix Suns taking on the Portland Trailblazers. We'll get you ready for that here in just a little bit. Now, producer Evan, buy or sell, I would consider it the leftovers' little brother. They're similar in some ways where we just kind of go off the rails. So do you mind if I start with something completely unrelated to buy or sell? Because I need help with something.
I would love that.
I have a bit of an issue. So this morning as I was getting ready, I had a phone call. It's from a number I didn't know. It was a Pennsylvania area code, I believe. I can actually tell you. Hold on. It was a Pennsylvania area code.
What's the area code?
484.
Okay, wow.
Your area code, okay.
Like very specifically.
Okay. So I got a phone call. Now on my phone, I've got the Google screen call feature.
Okay.
So I don't know the number, but maybe it's somebody and it's important. So if I screen the call, I can see a transcript of the conversation. Then if it's important, I can pick it up, right? And I've had this happen before. So the transcript comes through. It's a doctor. They're looking for Christina. That's not me, obviously. But they're talking about somebody else's, like, heart things or something. Hold on, I can look at the transcript. Cardiac examination. Now, I don't know what to do with this. I didn't pick up the phone call because I didn't know it was, but they called again during that last segment.
Really?
And I screened the call again. Now, is it my responsibility here
to call back
to answer this and be like, hey, you've got the wrong person. Like, you're looking for, this could be something very serious and you're looking for somebody. I'm not the guy.
I think it is your responsibility.
It falls on me.
I cannot believe, like, talking about suburbs outside of Philadelphia, the area I'm in, 484 is one of our area codes. Now, because I don't know how exactly this happened, my number starts with a Philadelphia area code specifically.
Okay.
So mine's slightly different. I mean, like, all my friends, all my family is 484. That is crazy.
So if they call again, you think obligated to pick up?
I do.
And say, hey, like, because, but what if it's,
and they're
what if
looking
it's
for
not?
Christina?
What if it's a scam? What if it's somebody that wants to get me on the phone and they want to steal my voice for something? You ever think about that?
I have never thought about that. What could they possibly want your voice for? And
again, the person, like, they're looking for Christina, but then it's in reference to somebody else. There's layers to this.
Oh.
So, like, they're apparently calling somebody's contact. So, all right.
Somewhere they took a number down.
Somehow my New York area code.
I was gonna say, are you a New York area code?
Got on their list.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Somebody visiting the Philadelphia area, then got hurt, then went to the hospital.
No, but
got something happened. Now they're trying to call. They took a number down wrong. This person went home to New York. Probably your number neighbor.
I will tell you, the way it reads in the transcript, it feels like this was like a doctor's appointment that was scheduled. So, like,
Okay.
everything's, like, I guess, relatively okay. But again, all right, how about this? I will agree here as a show that if they call again, I'll answer. But that may require me to step out for a second.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I guess I could answer it on the show, and just, tell them that, hey, you've got the wrong number. But
I wouldn't answer that on the show.
You don't think that would be? You don't think
What if they open up with medical and?
Well, I mean, I would step away from the microphone and not put it on speaker. But we think I should answer it?
Maybe
if they call
during
again?
next break, we got the Dan Patrick break here, so we got a couple extra minutes.
You think I call him back?
I think you call him back. I agree with Michael. I think you call him back.
I don't think I want to. Yeah, it was the same number twice. 6:45 this morning, and then 13 minutes ago.
Both 484 numbers.
But same number. Same number.
Strange.
So
That's my area.
That's my dilemma right now.
I can't believe. I mean, very specific to my area on a 484 to the point where I was like, how would somebody I know got your number?
Michael says, give me the number, I will call. Michael, I'm not going to give out somebody's personal information on the radio show, okay?
We'll do it this break.
I'm not going to do that. No, I don't think I'm going to call back. If they call me again, I'll answer. That is the meeting in the middle that I will have with everybody, okay? If
you think it's a scam,
if I get a third call,
number third,
then I will answer the phone. No, I don't know if it's a scam, but they're not looking for me. Like, I'm not the person they're looking for. So whatever information they're looking for, I don't have it.
Not the droid you're looking
Yeah, right.
for.
I'm not the guy. I'm sorry. I completely.
With all
derailed
that
us.
being said,
let's get into buy or sell.
I was thinking Merrill Kelly.
Yeah.
He'll give you 4 innings or more tonight.
Yes, buy. I will buy that Merrill Kelly will give the Diamondbacks 4 innings or more. Oh, yes. You know what? My apologies. Yes. Forgot to hit that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward. Almost perfect that he's starting today after what happened yesterday. Because he's like the most even-keeled. He's just going to go out there and just throw the baseball.
I actually think it is the perfect guy to start.
Specifically after what happened yesterday.
Yes.
Because he's going to pretend like it didn't even happen, which is what the team needs to do.
I really believe that.
Yeah.
The Cardinals will make at least one trade in the first 2 days of the draft.
I think I've been all over the place in buy or sell anytime we've talked about the Cardinals moving around in the draft. And today, I reserve the right to change my mind tomorrow. I would say that they make a trade. Yes. They might make 2 trades. They might move down from 3 and up from 34. Who knows?
By the way, somebody in the chat.
Wants to know what we would trade for Tarek Skubal.
I'll give you Lou James Groover.
I don't know, but I don't know if I would do that.
Doesn't make sense to the D-backs.
Because now I'm trading for him. He's a free agent at the end of the year.
And I don't think I can pay him.
And I've just lost 3 starts.
Yeah, like I said, I'll give you Lou James Groover. And I'll give you can have Alec Thomas.
Okay, that's no.
And Nolan Arenado. We'll give you Groover, Thomas, Arenado.
Don't. No. I just don't.
Oh, and I'll fill your soda machine for a year.
I don't think. And by the way, the Tigers wouldn't trade him. They're playing great baseball right now.
Doesn't make sense.
They're not going in.
The Suns will win by double digits tonight. There it is. There it is.
The alignment.
Yeah.
The alignment. The alignment.
Yeah.
The alignment.
Yeah, Brian. We're aligned. I'm nervous about it, but we're aligned. I just think this is a good matchup for the Suns. I really do. I know the last time they played them, they only scored 77 points, but they weren't healthy.
No, Devin Booker has only played against them once. It was in the first week of the year.
Yeah, so I just...
In a 137, 110 win or something.
Yeah, I am...
In the only game that Devin Booker was healthy when they played Portland, they had a 127, 110 win at Portland.
That started a 3-game winning streak.
That did. That was actually kind of a big time for them.
Because they came back home and they beat Minnesota in the NBA Cup. And then they beat San Antonio.
You remember the Cup?
Remember that run? Remember, they beat everybody except Oklahoma City.
The Cup was awesome.
They beat Utah, they beat Minnesota, they beat Sacramento, they almost beat Oklahoma City.
If they won that, just terrible pull for us that we had to play Oklahoma City again.
And Devin was hurt. He missed that game because he was hurt.
So it didn't go great, but all our eggs were in the Cup basket at the time.
Because if you remember, at the time,
we didn't know if they were going to be a playoff team.
We didn't know what the season was going to be. It was fun up until that point, but you didn't know if it was going to last.
There was going to be regression.
Right. You thought at some point, okay, I don't know if they can continue to do this because they got guys in and out of the lineup. It's the first year. So, yeah, we're going to cherish the NBA Cup because this may be the most competitive basketball this team plays this year. Well, here we are tonight, a play-in game for the Phoenix Suns.
And they're about to, if they win tonight, they're about to take on San Antonio. I got a good feeling about that series. The closer we get to it,
let's get there first.
The more of a chance I think they have a chance.
All right.
More.
Yeah. Speed Racer, let's get through Portland tonight, okay? One step at a time. Don't look ahead. That's how you fall into the trap. Don't fall into the trap. One game at a time. Tonight against Portland.
We typically avoid the trap pretty well.
Step 1 tonight. Beat Portland.
Devin Booker.
Don't face the Clippers in a win or go home game, please.
And Jalen Green will combine for over 50 points tonight.
I mean, if they're going to win by double digits, it's going to be because those two guys take over. There's some reporting out there that Grayson Allen may not be available tonight. So it's going to fall on those two guys to do a lot of the heavy lifting. So, yeah.
Last night, we'll start a hot streak for both Cattell and Nolan Arenado. That's fair. I was getting real optimistic there in by ourselves.
So hold on. Well, phrase it again. Repeat one more time.
Last night, we'll start a hot streak for both Cattell Marte and Nolan Arenado.
Hot streak for Cattell Marte? Hot streak for Nolan Arenado? No. One game isn't going to change my overall concern level with Nolan's bat and its deterioration over the last couple of years.
Well,
Ketel Marte, I expect to be an MVP candidate by the time this is all said and done. So, yeah.
Nolan over the next week. Bang, bang, bang.
He's going to get all of his home runs here in the next, week or two?
Yes. By the way, 2 was a big get for him because remember, we have the double digits from a previous by ourselves.
And you know what his next one's going to be?
Number 3rd.
His 3rd home run. So, pretty important moment there for him.
I'm a huge Moon guy.
Yeah, well, he was hitting them to the moon yesterday. They all were. 9 guys yesterday hit
2 home runs.
Did you see? I mean, the A's and the Yankees, it was Mike Trout versus Aaron Judge in basically a glorified home run derby.
It was awesome.
They were responding to each other's home runs.
I got a text from my college roommate.
You don't get that in baseball.
The Mike Trout and Aaron Judge just traded go-ahead home runs. You're like, oh, that's awesome. Let me flip that game. I got it again later in the game.
Like in basketball, KD and Steph can trade shots, right? Like that. You can have that moment. In football, Mahomes and Allen can trade scoring possessions. In baseball, it doesn't usually line up that way, yet it was happening.
Because baseball, unlike those sports, right? End of the game in the NFL, my quarterback gets the ball.
Right, if I have the ball, I can put it in my best player's hands.
Right? In basketball, we can draw up an inbound play to get the ball to Devin Booker.
Hockey, I can put the line I want on the ice.
In baseball, it's who's up in the order, period. You have some guys off the bench, but anybody coming off the bench isn't Ketel Marte.
And that was an 11-10 win for the Yankees. Walk-off wild pitch.
Listen, that was not AL West after dark, but how many times have we told you?
I got to tell you, it was AL West after dark on the East Coast because wherever the Angels go right now, stuff's happening.
The Angels are the most fun team to watch in all of baseball.
If we did how Zach Lowe used to do the league pass index for the NBA?
Yes.
If we did an MLB index,
we should do that.
Give me the Angels in the top 5 right now.
We should.
This team so far is one of the most entertaining teams in all of baseball. Joe Adell fighting the Braves, Mike Trout, and what they're doing. It's just been so much fun.
And they're 8-9. By the way, the AL West people, let me tell you where we're at here. The 9-7 Texas Rangers lead it, just a game above the 8-8 Athletics. And then the 8-9 Angels, 8-9 Mariners, Houston falling out of it at 6-11.
They've lost 8 in a row. They started the year 6-3. They've lost 8 in a row.
Oh, they have. 1-9 in their last 10.
Yeah, and they
got swept out of Colorado.
Well, and they're losing pitchers left and right. Tatsuya Imai got placed on the IL. Hunter Brown's out.
Colorado again?
Are they really? They're just getting those games out of the way, huh? Getting those 6 games with the Rockies done.
They're at home against, but why are they playing the Rockies 6 times?
No, you play everybody in the other league, either 5 or 6. Yeah, either 6 or 7 times.
No, you just play them 3 times. Typically, the way the MLB schedule works, you play.
This could be one of those things like earlier today.
160. The format is 52 divisional games.
Okay.
64 intra-divisional games.
Okay.
And then 46 interleague games.
Okay.
So 46 interleague games is what's 15 times 3.
Yeah, they're playing the Rockies twice. I don't know what to tell you.
That doesn't make sense. So they're not going to play a team in the American or in the National League this year.
No, they have. Yeah, they play the Cardinals after this. They play the Dodgers. They play the Reds. They play the Cubs. They play the Brewers.
By the way, I'm going to look like an old head here. People are going to judge me for this. I don't like all the interleague play.
Well, don't worry, because when we expand, they're going to completely change up the American League and National League, and everyone's going to lose their minds for 6 months.
I'll be part of the lose their mind crew.
Because we're going to realign the divisions.
That's fine. Get Atlanta out. I don't want to.
No, it would be, I think in the realignment that I saw, it would be the 2 New York teams.
Let's see it.
It would be Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington. How many is that?
5.
I think Boston was in there. I think Toronto was in there. Pittsburgh might have been in there.
Here's an ESPN article that gives you how much or what it would look like. So give me a second.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they had like a Northeast division.
Yeah, so I guess they're still doing. It's 4 divisions. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have what they're calling the AL East. New York, Toronto, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Baltimore, Washington, Montreal gets the expansion team.
That's what I just said all those teams except Montreal, which, by the way, I'm not going to get the expansion.
Not going to. The American League South, Atlanta, Tampa, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Detroit, Miami, Pittsburgh, Nashville. The Nashville Stars. The NL Central, Houston, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Minnesota, Chicago, Texas, Kansas City. And then the NL West. The Dodgers, Mariners, Giants, Padres, Angels, D-backs, the Las Vegas Athletics, Colorado.
Oof. That's a tough division.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to stink because you're catching the A's at a really terrible time, and they're going to be awesome.
Yeah, I watched that team for a couple of days last weekend. Boy, they can hit the baseball.
The A's are going to win 100 games in 2 years.
I'll reserve judgment. You know what? I'll sell that for right now. I'll sell that take for right now.
That's all I got for you in buy or sell. Sorry, I'm like 6 minutes over.
That's okay. I mean, I started us with my phone call nonsense. So blame me just as much as you blame yourself. It's a big day. It's Tuesday, which means it's the producer Evan hour of the program. So when we come back, it is the second to last draft edition of the NFL News Dump. We'll get to it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Life can change in an instant. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can feel overwhelming. The pain, the stress, and the uncertainty of what comes next. You don't have to go through it alone. The attorneys at Sweet James understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact an accident can have. They're here to help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to under the law. When you call Sweet James, you're connecting with a team of attorneys experienced in handling serious injury cases. Their work is driven by preparation, advocacy, and a genuine commitment to helping clients seek accountability and justice. Every case is different, and outcomes depend on the specific facts involved. If you've been injured in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James for your free case review. They handle everything for you so you can focus on healing. That's the Sweet James advantage. Help available 24/7. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-9000000. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
Stained. Break the Cycle 25th Anniversary Tour. Featuring Seether. Stained. October 13th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. With special guests, Hoobastank and Hinder. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the America First Credit Union Series.
Winning once, that's a good season. But building a streak, that takes showing up. Every call, every claim, every day. AAA Auto Insurance is ranked #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. And we don't take this repeat for granted, because trust isn't a given, it's earned. Join the millions of satisfied drivers who choose AAA Auto Insurance. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit JDPower.com/awards.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. The reaction was predictable. Big number, familiar name. Suddenly, the Las Vegas Raiders look like a team without a plan. Why would you spend on Kirk Cousins if you're about to draft the future? Well, 1 year, $20 million deal grabs the headlines, but it doesn't change the direction. If Fernando Mendoza is the pick, and all signs point that way, it's not a competition. It'll be a transition. Cousins isn't here to block anything. He's here to help absorb it and pass it on. It's not Atlanta. Cousins knows exactly what the situation is. He's 37 years of age. He can take the early hits, start if needed, keep the offense functioning while the rookie learns. Because throwing a young quarterback into chaos rarely works. Give him a buffer, somebody who's seen it, managed it, survived it. That's the difference with this situation. It's not about replacing the future. It's about protecting the future long enough for it to arrive. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance, scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent. A personal question. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry, single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It's a whole lot better thanks to the wet, extra-large cleaning power of Dude Wipes. They comfortably clean up whatever toilet paper leaves behind. You can make the trade of the season, switch from toilet paper, and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
The NASCAR Cup Series. Green flag is out, and the NASCAR Cup Series is racing. Returns to Kansas Speedway.
Turn 2, Brad Keselowski, the second-place automobile, is in the fence.
Will Kyle Larson win his third straight spring race in the Heartland?
If dominating a race was a crime, Kyle Larson would get the electric chair today.
It's the Advent Health 400.
Live this Sunday at 10 a.m. on KACG 1440 and the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the show. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Make sure you download the free KDUS AM 1060 app. You got a chance to win a pair of Diamondbacks tickets. You're listening to us over on the KDUS AM 1060 app. Okay. It's time for the NFL news dump here on a Tuesday. I'm sure lots of draft storylines for producer Evan to get to. We're getting near the end. I think we got 3 more of these before it shuts down for a little bit.
So sad.
We close up shop until training camp begins. I mean, there's just, what are we going to talk about?
Nothing.
When the draft is over?
Nothing.
So?
No, it's just sad.
It goes into hibernation, just like the NFL look ahead and the rewind.
The Eagles.
Well, I got to tell you, I can't wait for the first look ahead of the year.
Oh my gosh, me too. Week 1, that look ahead.
Week 1, there's nothing better.
You want me to give you a glimpse here?
No, please. Don't. Save the good
we
content.
We start in Carolina.
No, it's okay. It's okay, please. Please, I'm okay. I'm good.
We'll start with news from a few days ago.
Okay.
The Eagles traded for Dontavian Wicks from
Who
the Packers.
cares? I mean, they're just going to trade A.J. Brown in the summer, yeah?
Which you thought. But Howie Roseman came out today and says, quote, AJ's an Eagle.
Oh. Okay. All right.
That is thoughts on them trading.
That is technically correct in this moment.
Will they trade AJ Brown?
They will. They'll just wait till after June 1.
Right.
They can save a bunch of money when they do that.
And any teams you think will go get him?
The Patriots. The Bears, maybe?
The Bears could be interesting.
The Chargers? Trying to think of teams that really need another wide receiver.
Buffalo
traded for DJ Moore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's why the Bears need AJ Brown.
That's right.
The Panthers, maybe? He's not going to Carolina.
No, they're not they're not trading receiver because they're drafting one.
If they're drafting Jordan Tyson. Yeah, I'm very well aware.
I can't wait to get you that jersey.
Don't get me the jersey. I'm not wearing it.
Oh, we're both wearing it.
You're getting 2?
I'm getting 2. 2 Jordan Tyson jerseys. What color you want? You want that teal.
No, I don't want Jordan
You're
Tyson.
not afraid of the color jerseys.
The color rush? Oh, I love the color rush jersey.
No, but like you would want the light blue.
Oh,
one
I don't need just the white. No, give me the aqua blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would do the black one.
That's a good one.
I like that one with the aqua blue.
Okay.
That's my favorite of the Thursday jersey. Safety, Nasir Adderley signs with the Colts, ending his retirement.
That's in the 2-hole for the news dump today. That's when you put together the lineup for today. You're like, all right, I'm going to hit you with Dontavian Wicks in the leadoff spot.
Which had
and then Nasir Adderley in the 2-hole.
Well, we had.
What is this? I mean, what? The Chicago White Sox lineup from last year? What are you doing to me here?
It's.
I mean, Drew Aller had a top 30 visit with the Cardinals today. Maybe we lead with that?
I was going to say, well, we're going to get into some Cardinals stories here.
But you leave out of the gates. These first two stories. Oh, my board's broken. Hold on.
Who cares? Drew Aller had a top 30 visit with the Arizona Cardinals. You want to talk about smoke screens? Here you go. You want to know what I say to their Drew Aller visit? Who cares? Both feet on the ground, stand by what I said. He's terrible. He's unplayably bad. He was, and I mean this because I watched Penn State football, horrible. The worst quarterback I've ever seen.
It does feel like, what if we just took a shot? Wrong. It does feel like this leaked very much in the wake of the reports that have come out the last couple of days about how much they love Ty Simpson.
Yes,
this is exactly the timing of it.
What happened.
The timing of it does feel a little suspicious.
Today alone, we have had, the Cardinals are going to have a top 30 visit with Drew Aller. And have you heard the Cowboys want to move up to 3?
I mean, it wasn't specifically 3, but it was very much like, hey, the Cowboys really want to get in front of the Giants. And there's like 3 teams that they can move up with. And it was like in talking with teams that, want to move down, it's like, who wants to move down inside the top 5? I don't know.
Like
the guy who's moved down from 3 the first time he was
at least the
overseeing a
things
draft.
I reported were real.
Oh man. Yeah, it's smokescreen season. I mean, you just got to take everything with a grain of salt. You do. And you just have to think through it, like we did with the Ty Simpson stuff earlier in hour number 1. Just, does it make sense for this to be leaked from the Cardinal side, right? Does this make sense? Who benefits from this being out there? And that tells you if you can put stock into it or if it's just part of the game. But Drew Aller, top 30 visit today with the Cardinals.
You imagine if they
do the work. Do the work on all the quarterbacks.
Yes.
Nussmeier, Aller.
100%. But if you have the 30 visit with Drew, you need to contact and have it with Garrett Nussmeier. And you need to have it with Carson, who they've already had it with, right?
I know they had a top 30 with Ty.
Yes, certainly.
And that was early on.
But didn't they have one with... Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm making you do research.
Well, and you're also making me use the R key on the keyboard. The Cardinals.
Carson.
Top 30 visits. Do we have a tracker somewhere? Yes, they hosted Carson Beck.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Simpson and Beck were around the same time. Yes.
Listen, now you have to have Nussmeier. If you're gonna do that, you can't leave it out like, the Cardinals aren't gonna take Nussmeier. If you want to put up the smoke screen, really put it up.
And they had a top 30 visit with Florida offensive tackle Austin Barber. I mean, there's Reese and Bailey, Tennessee receiver. So they've got a bunch of guys in there. So I don't know how many top 30 visits they had left, but Drew Aller got his today.
And that's good for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Because I do think, listen, they're not going to take Aller.
I don't think so. I think it's Simpson or bust for the Cardinals.
Yes.
In terms of investing like serious capital in a quarterback. The Arkansas quarterback, Green? Is it Taylor Green?
Yeah.
That's somebody they may take a flyer on like day 3 if they miss out on a quarterback elsewhere.
I agree.
But that's really it. All right. Can't wait to see what's hitting cleanup today in the news now. This has been, you know.
What do you want here?
This is the 1920s Yankees lineup that you're putting out there in the news dump. Go ahead.
Patrick Queen hopes that Aaron Rodgers returns to Pittsburgh. Is that what you would like? Or would you like that the Orlando Brown says the Bengals will not trade Joe Burrow? Thanks, Orlando.
We went bust up. You're supposed to be better prepared. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? This is why the news dump's ending in 2 weeks. I mean, because we're just running out of stories.
We are. And like, how much can we do the NFL draft stuff? Because
and listen, there's a story.
Jeremiah Love, like everybody loves him. Everybody in the top 4 loves Jeremiah Love.
Here's what I will say. To just get serious for a moment. There is the Reuben Bain story that came out over the weekend that we didn't touch on yesterday. This would be the place that we would touch on it. It's a very sad story. Every team that has been asked about it has kind of made it seem like they knew about it already. So it's news to us, but apparently it's not news
to a lot of the organization.
So I just don't know it's just a really sad story.
And I don't know what to make out of it.
Like, I don't know what I'm going to add to that story that's,
that
worth
hasn't
bringing
been put
up
out there.
But that is out there. That, yes, he was unfortunately involved in an auto crash in 2024 in which somebody later died because of the injuries. And he was cited for careless driving. That was it. And
it's a horribly sad story.
Yeah, an incredibly sad story. But apparently it wasn't news to any of the teams, and they knew about it. And I forget exactly which team. Maybe it was Detroit. I don't know. And so I want to be careful. But there was a team out there that said, we knew about it. We believe that's like way in the past. Like, it's not. It's obviously a sad story, but not anything that is changing how we view the player or the person. So.
The one other serious story, I gave you kind of some joking ones. Dexter Lawrence, we talked about that last week on the NFL News Dump and his request for a trade. But John Harbaugh talked to the media this week. He says that he believes the prospects of bringing Lawrence back are very high. And they certainly want him there, which is all what we know. But they do believe that they may be starting to get close to a deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's going to be hard for them to trade him because I don't know if the value that they want is going to match the value that they get from outside. And so I feel like he stays, would be my guess.
I think that's the growing feeling in the locker room as well.
That he's going to stay. There you have it, the NFL News Dump for us here on a Tuesday. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel, where our guy Code said Evan is wielding some 24-karat magic, which is a Bruno Mars song because he's going to Bruno Mars tonight instead of going to the play-in game, which is the subject of our next. We are going to have some of those tough conversations. We are. And when we come back, we get you ready for Suns Trailblazers play-in action tonight. We'll prepare you and break it all down next. The Lunch Break, KDUS AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Tom Izzo, Michigan State head basketball coach.
I've had more than a couple job offers in the NBA and looked at one last year with Phoenix, and my former player, Matt Ispia. And that was hard. That was a hard thing to turn down because, number one, I kind of wanted to go with him. Number two,
so they offered you the head coaching job?
Well, we talked seriously about it. Let's say that.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. I made a lot of poor decisions in my past that had lifelong consequences. After I was released from prison for the last time in 2014, I discovered the process to have my convictions dismissed and all of my rights restored, including my Second Amendment rights. Since achieving this for myself in 2018, our attorney has assisted over 3,000 others in doing the same. If you are still living under the consequences of past mistakes and would like to restore your rights as I have, visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com and book a free consultation today.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty.
This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crows, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be. Loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour. The Black Crows. Whiskey Myers. Saturday, August 15th. Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
If you're a fan of any sport on the planet, college or pro, then we are right where you want to be. Real sports fans need a sports book powered by Hard Rock Bet. Follow the money line to Twin Arrows and too much fun. Twin Arrows. The best indoor tailgate party in Flagstaff with massive HD screens, cold drinks, game time food specials, and best service is at Arrow Sports Bar. After the game, get back in the game at craps, blackjack, and slots. Now that's too much fun. The place to come when you want to have too much fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bike sitting in the garage. That garage and that bike represented freedom. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. At A1 Garage Door Service, we know your garage holds more than tools. It holds dreams. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
Every business has a purpose to inspire, a purpose to innovate, a purpose to serve. At SRP, our purpose is to power yours. From rebates for energy-efficient upgrades to money-saving programs, we help businesses of all sizes find reliable, affordable, and sustainable energy solutions. Discover the possibilities at savewithsrpbiz.com.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Tonight, 7 o'clock, Prime Video, everybody, Prime Video. The Suns will take on the Trailblazers. Some play-in tournament action. Win, and you're the 7 seed. You take on the San Antonio Spurs. Lose, and you play the first must-win game of the season.
Prime Video.
Prime Video.
Very easy to watch on the phone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, you don't know. A lot of people at the concert you're going to tonight don't know how the service is going to be out there. You got to be careful. Got to be careful trying to multitask. Good luck with that. I'll be sitting on the couch enjoying this game tonight. And I'll tell you what. Maybe this is going to be a surprise to many of you. I'm not that worried about tonight.
I'm not either.
I think the Suns.
I'm taking the night off. I'm going to a concert.
That's how confident producer Evan is in the Phoenix Suns. I just think that, yeah, the Suns have not played great to end the season, and it's looked all over the place. It's looked out of sorts. It hasn't looked like it did in the first couple months of the season, but I just think the light bulb is going to go off. The switch is going to get flipped. And tonight against the Portland team that, let's face it, they're middle of the road. They went 42-40. This team turns the ball over the most in the NBA. 17 turnovers a night. The worst mark in the NBA. What do the Suns do so well? They force turnovers. They create those fast break moments. And when you're home, it's a playoff atmosphere. There's going to be, in the building tonight, there is going to be this sense of, despite Kevin Durant being gone for now a full regular season, despite Bradley Beal being gone for a full regular season, tonight is going to kind of be therapeutic. It's going to be like, we're back. We're back in the postseason. We're playing a basketball game that matters tonight, and we're doing it without those guys. We put that in the past, and we're already ahead of schedule. And so every turnover that the Suns create that turns into a fast break opportunity and a dunk or a layup at the other end or a big transition three that they make, place is going to go nuts tonight for this. And every one of those plays is just going to fuel the fire. The Suns are going to get back to playing the way that they play tonight. They're going to play with a ton of energy, a ton of emotion. You thought that first quarter against Houston was emotionally charged and had a ton of energy? Tonight's gonna be at that level, I think. And I think Portland's going to play right into the Suns' hands. Now, you have to worry about Portland's size. You have to worry about Portland being a pretty good offensive rebounding team, just a good rebounding team in general. And that's been kind of an Achilles heel for this Suns team this year. And so you do worry about that. But all year long, and we didn't say this at the beginning of the year, but very quickly, when we got to, let's say, the end of November, if a team like Portland came up on the schedule, a team that was around 500, you know what we would have said? Suns should beat them. Suns should beat them, no problem. That's where we got with this team. This isn't San Antonio. This isn't Oklahoma City where, this is going to be tough. I don't know if the Suns match up well with those teams. Or Houston, Denver. Okay, Minnesota. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be competitive. Teams like Orlando, teams like Charlotte, teams like Portland came up on the schedule, and the assumption was, the Suns are the better team in that matchup. Guess what? Here we are again. The Suns are the better team in this matchup. They should win this game. They should win it comfortably, and they should be moving on to start a 7-game series with San Antonio over the weekend. So surprisingly, I'm not worried. Now, maybe I'm not worried because if they lose, it doesn't mean it's over. It just means they have to win another game. But I am not worried because I think the Suns it's going to be a return to form tonight. The energy level is going to be through the roof. I think they're just a better team. I think they match up well. I think they're going to be able to cause and create turnovers against a team that willingly gives the ball away. Again, leads the league in turnovers per game, north of 17. And I just think they're, from the jump, they're going to be in control of this game, and the Suns are going to be the 7th seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just have that confidence today. I don't know what it is specifically. I think it is the fact that when this team has kind of gone feeling back to the wall this year at times, and the not must wins, but the gotta have it games, or those, they have come through. And against teams where they lost the last one, they've been pretty good. They lost the last one in pretty embarrassing fashion against Portland. In a game, you only scored 77 points. I think they come out foot on the gas in this one. I have a really good feeling about tonight for the Suns.
Yeah, I mean, they were 25-16 at home this season. They were great at home. The defense has been good all year.
The place is going to be rocking.
The place is going to be rocking tonight. I think that's a really important, a really important factor in all of this. And so I don't know. And again, I'm ignoring everything that we saw for the last, 4 weeks of the regular season. But I just think the switch gets flipped tonight. I think they're going to be relatively healthy. Grayson Allen probably won't go, but they've got Devin Booker. They've got Jalen Green. They've got Dylan Brooks. They're playing a team that plays right into what they like to do as a team defensively. And I just think they beat Portland and they're off to San Antonio. That's what I think. You got to worry about the size. And I will say I'm going to pay very close attention. I should probably slow down when I talk sometimes, to how Jordan Ott manages the rotations in this one. Let's see. This is our first glimpse of what the rotation is going to look like, right? What does the 9-man rotation look like?
Tonight we'll have our first feel of that.
480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've got one more before we hand things off to Jim Rome at the top of the hour. And it is the leftovers. All the stories we didn't get to here today. We'll get to them next. It's the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Of the 15 batters he's faced this season, Mason Miller, the closer for the Padres, 11 have struck out. That includes 9 consecutive strikeouts, all swinging. Also, when he pitched for the USA, he didn't allow any runs there. Now, I don't know if the Diamondbacks could have went out and got Mason Miller, but we know they've needed bullpen help for a while. And the Padres, a team in their division, went out and obviously got the best pitcher pitching in baseball right now.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority bookings by calling our heroes over at Zero Res. Hey, it's Audrey. I have personal experience with Zero Res. They came in and completely made my home smell way more fresh than it did. And it's not because I smell funky. It's because, I've got pets, and I had family over during the holidays, so we'll blame it on them. And they came and completely helped change my winter blues into springtime cleans. Zero Res removes all of that winter buildup and lingering odors, giving your home a fresh, spring-ready feel, preparing your home for the brighter days ahead. And don't forget about your air ducts, because they are the lungs of your home. And if they're dirty, your indoor air quality is going to suffer. This month, get 3 rooms, Zero Resified from Phoenix's #1 carpet cleaner, starting at just $129. And whenever you mention KDUS, receive a free hallway cleaning and take $75 off your air duct cleanings. Call Zero Res right now at 480-507-2419 or go online at ZeroResPhoenix.com and say you want the KDUS special.
The Psychedelic Furs are back, live. May 28th, 7:30 p.m. at the Celebrity Theater. The Psychedelic Furs. Playing all the hits with special guests. We Are Scientists. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. The Psychedelic Furs, brought to you by Danny Zalisco Presents.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Right now at Mark Kia in Scottsdale, you can receive a 0% APR for up to 60 months on a brand new 2026 Kia EV9. That's right, 0%.
The name to remember, Mark Kia. Mark Kia, $1,667 per thousand borrowed. Offer expires May 4th, 2026.
ASU baseball this Thursday evening over on KAZG 1440. Join the Sun Devils as they start their 3-game series against BYU. Head coach Ray Bloomquist is more than ready to show off his team's talents on the diamond. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live. It's ASU versus BYU this Thursday evening. Pregame at 4:45 p.m. and first pitch at 5 p.m. All happening over on KAZG 1440.
Wrapping up today's edition of the show, we'll recap the Phoenix Suns, whether or not they're moving on to San Antonio or if there will be another play-in game in their future. Merrill Kelly's first start of the year to break down tomorrow. We will have a dueling draft on the show tomorrow, so a lot to get to tomorrow here on the show. We got to close up shop here today, and it is time for the leftovers.
As of last night, the NHL playoff picture officially set. Would you like the 8 teams in on the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference?
Please.
In the Eastern Conference, in the Atlantic Division, the Buffalo Sabres have won the Atlantic with 108 points.
Snapping what was the longest active playoff drought in the
sports world,
Big
right?
Four sports world. MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL.
It's crazy. Tampa Bay as the 2 seed there, Montreal as the 3 in the Metropolitan. The Carolina Hurricanes leading all of Eastern Conference teams with 111 points, followed by the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers getting in for the first time in 7 years. The Boston Bruins and the Ottawa Senators round out the 8 as the 2 wild card teams. Should be some fun series. I don't like how hockey does it.
It can be a little confusing. It can be a little confusing.
Yeah. So Carolina plays Ottawa. Buffalo plays Boston.
Tampa plays Montreal.
Pittsburgh plays Philadelphia.
Yep. You win your division, you get a wild card team. You are second and third in your division, you play each other.
In the Western Conference.
Boy, what a difference between these two divisions.
Yeah, so you have, the Central. The Central and the West is absurd. Colorado, not only the leaders in the Western Conference, not only the leaders in the Central, the leaders in the NHL. They've won the President's Trophy. 117 points for the Colorado Avalanche. They are the 1 seed, followed by the Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild. In the Pacific, Vegas wins the division with 93 points, a dramatic change from Colorado's 117, followed by the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks. And the wild card teams. The first wild card team in. Would you like to give it to them?
Yeah, it's the Utah Mammoth. Yeah.
The Utah Mammoth. And second is the Los Angeles Kings. The Western Conference will finish as so. The Colorado Avalanche will play the Kings. The Knights will play the Mammoth. Edmonton will play Anaheim. Dallas will play Minnesota.
The difference between the teams that were the top 3 in the Central and the teams that won the Pacific. Minnesota, who was 3rd in the Central, would have won the Pacific by 9 points. Instead, they have to play Dallas, who had 110 points. Crazy. That's where not winning your division in this format really hurts you. Really hurts you.
It is a crazy format. It is a crazy format. Bleacher Report wrote a story today. Bargain free agents from across the NFL.
Here we go.
That need to fill holes.
Here we go.
You want to guess them?
Go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Or is just naming players?
You know what? Why don't you guess where they go?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Jonnu Smith.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mekhi Becton. Hear me out here.
Okay.
Why not take a flyer?
Could probably play right guard. You might be onto something there. Let's see what they do in the draft. They'll probably reevaluate after the draft.
Can't believe he's still playing, but Bobby Wagner.
Who?
Bobby Wagner. Number 3rd.
You kind of ate up the Wagner there.
Bobby Wagner?
Yeah, you just did the first way you said it. It didn't sound right. Back to Seattle.
Yeah, just like
no. I when I said I'll guess teams, I thought the story has teams projected.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't
know.
I don't know where Bobby's going to go.
And the last one, cornerback Trayvon Diggs.
I don't know. See, all these free agents right now, outside of Rodgers, you're going to wait to see what you do in the draft if you're a team, right? You're going to see, hey, if I can solve the problem with a young player that
all
maybe has a higher
guys,
ceiling.
You tend to.
Right, outside of Rodgers.
We haven't talked about the Steelers, but could they take Simpson?
No, because they love Mike McCarthy loves Will Howard. So
that's true. I forgot.
So they won't do that. No, he loves Will Howard.
Suns aren't the only game tonight. Before that, on 4:30 on Prime Video also.
Prime Video.
You can find Heat and Hornets in the 9-10 game. This should be riveting. Boy. Charlotte, a 5.5 point favorite.
Are you ready for this?
Who cares? Can I be honest with you? That's how I feel about most of the play-in, typically.
Oof. A lot of reporting today about the Heat being looking for a big splash in the offseason. That Pat Riley wants to get a star. They're going to be all over Giannis in the summer. Like, a lot of reporting today about that.
Like they're always doing something like that.
Yeah, but because Giannis feels like he's actually going to move this summer, feels like this is the offseason.
This is the biggest thing. This is the most legs they've had on it.
I think so, yeah.
On Wednesday, you got 2 more play-in games. The Magic head to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. In
Who
7-8
cares?
Nobody. Zero.
Well, your
people
team's
care.
in there. You're going to
I'm
be
a
watching.
Suns fan.
No, you're a 76ers
No,
guy.
until they fire or until they sell the team. I don't root for them.
You're a Suns fan who's not going to watch the game tonight.
I'm going to watch the game. Won't be there.
We could have been there.
And in the 8-9 game
Could've
or
been
in
us.
the 9-10 game, the Warriors take on the Clippers in LA.
Okay, that could be fun.
This one you're not going to hit who cares for because
it could be fun. I mean, it also could be
who cares?
Because if the Suns win, then
who care.
Don't care.
I want to be very clear. Outside, if the Suns win, I do not care about a single one of these games.
Suns lose. Okay.
Now I will watch this.
I think I'm rooting for the Warriors.
But I probably won't watch Magic 76ers. I think the Phillies play the same time that day.
Probably a Diamondbacks game to watch as well. So probably just put it on the phone. Not even the tablet or the TV. Just put it on the phone.
By the way, in case you were wondering, Embiid will miss that game.
Oh. Yeah, he had appendicitis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough blow. It's going to do it for us here. Tuesday edition of the program in the books. Jim Rome, he's coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy the play-in game tonight. We'll break it all down tomorrow. See ya!